What's good, y'all? It's your boy Alec back on another video on the channel. Today I'm be showing you how to make samples for Don Toliver's new album, Life of a Don. Really good album and very diverse. So I'm just gonna show you how I make samples that fit into that style. So let's go. So here's a sample I'm gonna be showing. So really hard sample, and it's very different from the original because I actually flipped it. So I'm just gonna show you guys what I did. So the original loop actually sounds like this. It's a pretty decent loop, but I thought flipping it would be really important. It'd make it sound harder. So I started with this little pad from Analog Lab. It's called the Free Bass. It's from Hayes' New Bank. It sounds like this. Low-key some Afro-pop type shit. I just made it like just without any inspiration or anything. I just kind of just started making chords, and I'm working at 91 BPM. And if you listen to Don Toliver's album, it's very diverse. It goes from 91 BPM to 80 to 140, whatever it goes. It's very diverse. This is more like a tropical type. So all I did was I started with this A sharp minor chord, and then this. I don't know, I just kind of made the chords. There was no kind of like guide to it. For effects on that, I added a shaper box. I added this pan, and I added this volume. So kind of like sways in and out. And I turned the mix down because it was a bit much. I added Valhalla Vintage Verb because it was dry. And then I added EQ, took all the highs and lows out, which I do a lot. It's pretty weird, but I do it a lot. I then got the same chord progression and laid it on a new sound. It's called Retro Engine, also from the same bank. Sounds like this. Literally same progression, just different sound. This sound is more of a harsher sound. For effects on this, I added a Panamatic, so it went from one into the other, and then I added an EQ, took some highs and lows out, and a sketch cassette, turned up the saturation, and put it on Stranger Flanger preset, which is just like a flanger. They gave you that distorted effect. Oh my god, that scared the fuck out of me. I then added this bell, this one-shot bell from I think X by Nothing's kit. Sounds like this. So for effects on that, I had an EQ, I had one EQ, take the highs and lows out. I added this other EQ, take the mids out, because it was a kind of a high frequency sound. And then I added this delay, so it can like kind of fade out. Then I added this thermal, which gave it that cool distorted fuzzy feeling. It was the dreamy lo-fi piano. Then I added this shaper box pan, so I go from one into the other, and a Valhalla Vintage Verb. But without that, it sounds like this. It sounds ass without the effects, but with the effects, it's really fire. So yeah, effects do a lot. By the way, my new Patreon is officially out. Link's gonna be down in the description, top of the description. $25 for the gold membership and $40 for the platinum membership. With the platinum membership, you get all my kits for free, 3 Zoom classes a week, and almost weekly loops. If I were you, I'd go get that ASAP, and I'd go in depth on how I make my loops, beats, show through all the sauce, everything I have to know. Networking sauce. Y'all make sure to go down in the description and get that as soon as possible. You shouldn't miss any sauce. So yeah. So next up, I added this vocal. These are from the BWB kits. I just wanted some weird tropical vocals, so this is what it sounds like. It's kind of weird without everything else. It just sounds kind of basic, but it was pretty annoying without the effects. So without the effects, it actually sounds like this. And then with the effects, sounds like this. For the effects, I added this EQ, took the lows and highs out. Desi more, it resamples it and makes it sound more vintage. I then got the shaper box, and I added 2 effects. The filter, which filters it out at the end, towards the end, and a volume, which is just a side chain. That's why at the beginning it doesn't sound like anything. and then so yeah, that's literally all it is. And for effects, I also added a reverb because it was dry. I then added this accent. I wanted like a cool Afro pop bounce. I added this accent from XY Nothing's kit, and I like did my own bounce with it. So it sounds like this. Just a normal Afro pop bounce, and I added these little rolls like this, and then over here, and this like double roll here. Pretty cool. And then what I did is I exported that out and I put it on mixer track 6, and I added a reverb. I added a drum air preset, a shaper box for the pan, a one EQ to take some of the annoying mids out, and one other EQ to make it very vintage and take the highs out. And I know I do this a lot, I probably should stop, but that's just what I do. And on that I also had this volume automation. And it kind of goes out and then comes back in, so I thought it was pretty cool. I then exported all that out, and this is where the real sauce comes in. I exported all that out, I pitched it up 6. Then what I did is I went to this mixer track and I half-timed it. Right? Then I added this shaper box for a side chain. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool, but I didn't think it was full enough. So what I did is I went to another one-shot kit. I think it was also XY Nothing's Cactus one-shot kit, and I took this vocal chop. I thought it was perfect, so I took that and I added on top, and I pitched it down 4 to get in key. For effects on that, I added a Panomatic, so again, pan, a Decimort, which makes it vintage, and an EQ. And after that, I added this last sound, it was just the bass. The bass was actually for my new one-shot kit coming soon. It was sneak peek, but I am working on that one-shot kit, so it's coming soon. But yeah, and for the bass, all I did on effect was nothing, because the bass doesn't need effects. So that's it, and then I stemmed it out, and the final loop sounds like this. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this helped you out a lot. Make sure to go down in the description, get my Patreon at the top of the description. Very worth it, and you guys should go get that ASAP. Also, for all my sample packs, use code ALEC21 for 10% off. My Euphoric sample library is going to be down in the description as well if you guys want to check that out. Make sure to go like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Help the algorithm. And without further ado, I'm going to catch y'all later. Peace.